Hi, this is Sandy here. There's a myth out there that all business plans are all the same. Start with a cover page, maybe have an executive summary to tell you a little bit about what's going on, sort of the forward to what the meat of the business plan is going to be. That's not really the case. Your business plan is really customized to what you need it to do. And when I say what you need it to do, it's, is this going to be used to communicate with other people like venture capital, bankers, to get some money? Then it needs to be written a certain way. If it's going to be used for employees, then it's going to be written a different way to make sure that you're communicating and everyone is on the same page. The best thing it can be used for is a touch point. So if you write your business plan for today and then go back once a year and have your top managers or management revisit it, each section of the business plan, and understand where the business has changed, where the marketplace has changed, where your customers have changed. So ideally, you want to understand what your goals are, your long-term goals, short-term goals, and your objectives on how to get to those goals. Break it into smaller pieces. And so that's what a business plan is all about. So here in this course, we will be setting up a standardized business plan. However, in business, you'll find all different types of business plans, some that are heavier in certain sections than other sections. But most of the time, they are a stick in the ground. Here's what we are today, and here's where we want to go in the future. And so let's look at a few of the components that go into a business plan, including some sort of an attractive cover sheet to get their attention, make it stand out, especially in a banker's office. If it's sitting on a desk, it may have 5 other business plans sitting there as well. If yours stands out, they'll want to pick it up. They'll want to look at it. I mentioned an executive summary. If you have 25 business plans sitting on your desk, you're not going to want to read through every single one of them. What you're looking for is the highlights of each section of your business plan put into the first page or two. Then it gives them an idea. Is this a dog grooming business? Is this a bakery? Is it a ski resort? What is this business that I will be looking at? From there, we need to understand what industry you're in, who the target audience, your customers might be, who are the other influencers in the sense of competitors. We have a company overview. How big has it already begun? How many employees? Where are you located? Is it a brick and mortar or is it online? So do your company description to give an overview of what that is. And then if there's a service, and much of the United States is a service-oriented business now, or is it products, which may be even manufactured overseas somewhere? So we may want to really describe what the product and service is all about, and maybe what makes you unique. What is your unique proposition? So from there, marketing. How do we communicate? How do we get all of this together? The 4 P's of marketing have to be identified and investigated. And typically, this is one of the largest sections of any business plan. Operations and development plan. How are we going to implement this? How is shipping, receiving, manufacturing going to happen? Or is this going to be a one-off person or product? Or is this going to continue on and grow? Do we want to someday maybe make this into a franchise? And so we need to understand the operational from beginning to end and everything in between, and even if we don't know what the end is. Management team, who's there? I am putting my faith as I read through this business plan in the experience behind the people that are going to run this business and all of their employees that they've selected. So give me an overview of who the people are and their expertise. What are some of the critical risks, some of the gotchas that maybe even spell out the assumptions? If we're assuming that the economy is going to be good, we're not going to have a major recession during the rollout of this, put that in there to make sure that we understand if there's an issue along the way, that's because we didn't plan in our critical risk section for that. Um, any special offerings that we're going to give. An exit strategy, especially if we're a product based, we may bring out a new product every 3 years. How do we discontinue one product and go through the maturity cycle of the next product? Um, Financial plan, understanding what your balance sheet is, your income statement, your cash flow. We need to understand where we are at any point in this maybe 1 year, 2 year, 5 year plan, and then revisit that on an annual basis. And then at the end of any business plan, any special documentation, any articles that back up some of your assumptions that you may have, that would go in that section. And so think of a business plan as a way of communicating to everyone else in your company and maybe even external of your company. You may have two business plans, one just for internal viewing and one for external viewing. But make sure that it's written down. You don't want it all in one person's head and not communicated with the other. Use it as a communication tool. I look forward to seeing your business plans.